The season is nearly over, but I saw one cherry blossom tree out in the countryside of terraced fields and hillsides of feathery bamboo. Again, land is scarce and the plots small, but an adaptable power unit is used as a plough, a trailer, a scooter, in fact, at everything, even a water buffalo. Millions of farmers make up 45% of Japan's population, and the average holding's about 2 acres. We're surprised to learn from one farmer that she is fertilizing her cabbages, or are they lettuces, with bone meal, which came originally from Southland. Brightly colored fish swim in the wind. These are to celebrate the annual Boys' Festival. Families fly the silken carp to ensure that their sons grow strong like the fish and successfully fight their way up the river of life. Japan's a curious mixture of modern sophistication and old traditions. People still attach fortune papers to trees in the compounds of the temples and shrines. There are beautiful temples and shrines throughout Japan. There are 1,700 of them in Kyoto alone, and the courtyards are thronged with people. The Japanese are inveterate sightseers, and they must expose more film than the rest of the world put together. As you near a shrine, the click of cameras can be heard half a mile away. Most of the shrines are set in magnificent gardens. The Japanese have a great love of gardens, but few, if any, include flowers. But flowers, of course, are important in Japanese decoration. Most girls study ikebana, flower arranging. There are several schools of flower arranging. The tall vase style is called nageri, and arrangements like this, done in a low bowl with piled up flowers, are known as morebana. Trunks and branches of these bonsai, or miniature trees, look as if they were hundreds of years old, and actually they are, about 200. The Japanese love their trees. If they get cold, they're wrapped up and warmed. If they're sick, they're fussed over and fed. I wish we'd line a new suburban street with trees and shrubs even before it's paved. Trees are planted on sections before they're offered for sale, too. For who, after all, would buy a section without a tree? Trees surround the Imperial Palace, isolated and remote at the very heart of Tokyo. These feudal walls were built in 1450, but the besieging horde they hold back today is an army of automobiles that war and skirmish around the home of the emperor. We went to the Ginza and watched the flood tide of people and vehicles. The older people still cling to the traditional ways, but the younger generations are becoming more westernized every year. Above the city rises the spindly-legged Tokyo Tower, higher but not nearly as elegant as the one in Paris. From the tower we look out over the biggest city in the world, which stretches away into the smog in all directions. Tokyo, the home of 10.5 million souls. We brought 250 tons of tallow with us from Auckland, most of it stowed on deck. Stern-looking port workers soon have it sailing over the side, in spite of a drizzle of rain. Some of this tallow ended up in a soap factory in the suburbs of Tokyo. On the packing floor, which smells like an acre of lilies of the valley, we watched deft fingers and machines wrapping tons of pearly-looking toilet soap. In another, quite different factory, smelling this time like mutton stew, the packing department is handling sausages made up from New Zealand mutton. Japanese homes are not built or equipped with a stove to roast or bake or grill, and meat is generally broiled. Our mutton is minced and mixed with other meats, flavouring, herbs and spices, and goes to market in all manner of attractive-looking sausages, which the housewife can deal with. In still another factory, cheese we brought from Taranaki is being unpacked. The 60-pound blocks are first shredded. Next, the cheese is emulsified and blended with onion, caraway seed and other strong flavours. This is the way the Japanese like their cheese. These processed foods find their way into the supermarkets, which look much the same all over the world. With certain little differences. And guess what's displayed in the deep freeze cabinets? Japan takes about 40,000 tons of our mutton a year. Now that will be going into a Western-style house. Japan is changing fast. As a more Western diet is replacing the traditional one, predominantly rice, statistics show the race is becoming sturdier and taller. The average height has increased by as much as 2 inches in the last 30 years. Lunch is supplied in some schools to improve health and encourage new eating habits. We see children enthusiastically eating oranges, bread, and New Zealand mutton. Yes, Japan is changing all right, and our last impression is of a thrusting industrial nation, with trade and commerce as active and varied as the neons which flash their frantic messages all through the night along the Ginza.